Good morning. So today I will attend the Foreign Affairs Council on the topic of Ukraine. The pace of peace negotiations has accelerated, and this is good. It is good because we see the development, and I'm also very happy that the accession process of Ukraine will play a crucial role. We see the membership of the Ukraine in the European Union as a political anchor of the security guarantees, and this is important for Ukraine, and it is also important for the European Union. In order to be able to do this, we have to go on with the reforms, and we are doing this. Last week, the European Commission has gotten from the member state important direction, and we can go on the technical level in the clusters 1, 2, and 6. The only way that we can secure peace and prosperity in Ukraine is that we go on with the accession process, and this is exactly what we are doing right now.
That are paramount for Lithuania. That is territorial integrity, sovereignty. And I hope that all of us, once again, will conclude this within the Council.
This is not a time for the speculations. I'm very happy that the accession process or membership will play or is playing a role in the peace negotiations, but we have to see what will come out at the end. What is important is that through the accession process we can make Ukraine more prosperous, more stable, more democratic, and this is the most important part, not just because of the Ukraine but also for the European Union, making Ukraine stronger. It's also important for the European security. And I'm happy that the enlargement process is playing a big role, as it has played in the past 40 years. Whenever there were important events in the history, we could have a good answer through the accession process, and I'm sure this will happen this time again.
Allow me to ask you this question. We know that all this started when Russia started to stop other nations from joining the partnership agreements. Do you think they will be silent watching Ukraine joining the EU? Do you think that they will not raise another kind of vetoes?
You're right. You know, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine didn't start with the war in 2022. It started when Ukraine decided to go its European way with deep and comprehensive free trade agreement. That's why it is important what we hear, that the accession process is a part, or a membership of Ukraine and the EU is a part of the peace negotiations. So in this respect, apparently what we are doing now is exactly that nobody is opposing the membership of Ukraine in the EU, and this is great.
Madam Kos, starting without actually opening the negotiations clusters, the negotiations with the Ukraine, does this mean that this applies to Moldova as well? Can we expect anytime soon a decision in this regard?
It will happen today, yes, indeed. So today we will have a meeting to get the orientation. So what we need as the European Commission is getting the orientation or direction what we can do. Indeed, for opening officially, we would need EU27 decision, which we don't have. But it doesn't mean that we cannot do what is right. And the right thing is to go on with the technical part of the negotiations, and this is what we got the green light last week in Lviv for Ukraine, and hopefully this is what is planned for today. We will get it for Moldova.
Can EU membership really provide the same kind of security guarantees?
Sorry,
Can EU membership really provide the same kind of security guarantees that Ukraine needs? Say if it gives up on NATO membership, can the EU provide something similar?
Indeed, I'm speaking about the political anchor of the security guarantees, not guarantees on general. But for the political part, the EU membership of Ukraine for sure will contribute for the safety, for the prosperity, and actually for secure Europe. also. So yes, indeed, the EU membership is playing a crucial role for what is happening now in the peace negotiations.
Commissioner, also, you know, I'm from Georgian independent media. You know, Georgia not online now today, but Georgian people still wants to be part of European Union. What we should expect from the EU meeting on the final conclusions, and how do you see what should be next, or how can Georgia return to this path regarding Georgian dreams, repressive laws, and like actions against people and protesters as opposition parties?
The conclusions will be done in the Council, so I cannot speak about this. But you know the recommendations and conclusions from the enlargement report. And in this enlargement report, we say that Georgia has backsliding as no other country. So if we expect, the country wants to move further on the European path, they have to do it differently. This is for the government. And of course, we will further on supporting the civil society and independent media, because this is very much important, not just to give hope to the people, but also to tell the government that it is not right if they don't consider what the people want. And speaking about Georgia, I really, really hope that with the support of your people, the Georgian authorities, the government will come back on the European path. But of course, it is in their hands.
Commissioner, what should be Ukraine's priorities in terms of fighting corruption? Can you tell more about this new 10-step plan?
Yes, so I'm very happy that we have the European Commission and Ukraine, we have adopted a special 10 points priority plan. So I would say it is nothing new, but we have set the priorities, what needs to be done in 1 year from now on. And there are many points, like, for instance, securing independence of NABU and SAPO, going on with the appointing of vetted judges, and so on. So I'm very happy we could agree on these 10 points. This is also very much important. Why? We are in the time that we have provided the money to Ukraine. The reconstruction will not be possible without the private money, without the companies. In order to be able to get enough interest from the private companies to invest in Ukraine, to take part of the reconstruction, we definitely need a secure environment, kind of legal certainties, and this can only happen if the companies, everybody will believe that Ukraine is safe to invest. And the anti-corruption measures are exactly doing, not just, but are doing this.
Commissioner, one more question about Ukraine. I understand this is a matter of discussion. You will discuss it today, but I'm confident that you have some points in your minds how to do this accession by 2027 for Ukraine. Could you clarify what exactly will you discuss today?
For the time being, I can't tell more, but what is important is that Ukraine can go on with doing the reforms. And this is the most important part. You know, it is not just about the accession process. It is how Ukraine can be more prosperous, more democratic, and more safe. And the accession process is enabling all this. We are really working hard, as you have seen. It was together with Moldova the fastest screening ever in the history of the European Union. And Ukraine is doing reforms when the bombs are falling on the country. Moldova is doing the reforms during really a very strong hybrid war from the side of Russia. So those two countries have shown that sometimes impossible is possible. And I'm very happy that I can be of help, or that the European Commission can follow and motivate those countries to do even more. You know, I am a child of communism, and then entering into the EU as my country, and I sometimes today feel the same energy when I visit Ukraine or Moldova. There is a special energy there where the people, the government, the parliament, everybody is working on the accession process, and this is what we need.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice day, ladies.